forget everything you know about crocheting pixel arts. If you find color changing and crocheting knitted stitches challenging, you might be using the wrong method for your project. Each project requires a specific technique, as a standard single crochet isn't always ideal for pixel art. After a year of research and crocheting, I've identified 4 techniques to improve your skills, with the third being particularly impressive. This method gives you a neater appearance than the standard single crochet, and if you are making a bag with this thing or something similar to this, you can use this method. By the way, it depends on the base you want to use for your project, so you can use any other base for the project, but using this method creates a nice flat foundation that is enclosed. But if you want to have a hole here to use this method for making a top or something else that needs a hole here, I will show you how to do that. Waistcoat stitch gives you a knitted look that if you want to make a top with this and the pixel art on the top, you can use this method, and this space too. This space has a hole here and you can just wear it like. I believe this technique is best for making a scarf with patterns or door for bags or rugs. You have the same appearance on the both sides. Changing color is so easy on this, and you can carry the yarn all over the project without making any mess. First, after choosing your pattern, count the boxes horizontally and vertically. Each box represents 1 stitch. This technique works in rounds. Choose your hook size based on your yarn, or consider using a smaller hook than the recommended size for a neater appearance. You'll also need markers. Start by making a slip knot. To do this, shape the yarn into a cross and pull the tail through. Then secure it to form the slip knot. Feel free to use your method, by the way. Now you should begin chaining. For example, if you need to chain 31 stitches, chain 32 to account for the turning chain. To create a chain, yarn over and pull through the loop. Wrap the yarn over the hook, but do not make it too tight or too loose. Continue this process until you reach the end of your chain. And don't forget to add 1 more chain stitch. Now we will crochet the oval base. I made a total of 32 chains, and now it's time to single crochet around. Start by inserting your hook into the very next chain after the turning chain. Wrap the yarn around the hook and pull through the loop. Then yarn over again and pull through both loops on the hook. That completes your first single crochet. Let me show you again. Pay close attention. After you complete your first single crochet, make sure to mark it. Continue with single crochet until you reach the last chain, and then I'll meet you here. Now that I've reached the last chain, you should make 3 single crochets in this chain. As you crochet the second single crochet, turn your work slightly. Do the same for the third single crochet. Also remember to mark the first single crochet you made. After that, continue with single crochets, but make sure to insert your hook into the front loop. Now you see a hole here, and to help it disappear, you should pull this tail, and this will help to disappear easily. If you look closely, you'll notice there's another loop at the back of your work. So be careful to crochet into the front loop only. Continue single crochet into every front loop chain till the last chain, and I'll meet you there. If you want to, you can disappear the tail too. To do that, you should bring the tail on the hook when you are crocheting in every chain till that disappears. When you reach the last chain, make 3 single crochets into that chain. Next, remove the marker and single crochet into the very first single crochet you make. Single crochet into the back loop only, and continue single crocheting in the rounds and replace the marker as you go. Here's a helpful tip. If you want to create a pixel pattern on both sides, bring extra markers and place them after each increases. For instance, when we add 2 single crochets, skip 2 single crochets after the marker. Remember to ensure that the pattern you choose matches the boxes in your project. Creating one row of single crochet using only the back loops, it's time to refer to your pattern and start crocheting the tapestry. In this session, I should crochet with light pink yarn, then change to the pink color. Follow the pattern for your single crochet. When you are just one box away from the desired color box, make sure to change the color at that point. And we always read the pattern from right to left, right to To create a clean and defined look with your crochet boxes, you'll want to single crochet in the back loops only. When you are just one box away from the desired color box, prepare to change the color at that point. So yarn over, but do not complete the single crochet. Instead, make a loop with new yarn and finish the stitch using that color. Pull the yarn a little tighter. Then insert the hook into the next back loop while also bringing in the yarn tails on the hook to keep them hidden. Continue crocheting and bring the yarn tail on the hook. And again, when you are one box away from the first color chaining box, you know what to do. Do not complete the single crochet and bring the yarn that you took in the way and yarn over, pull through loops. If you don't want to bring the yarns as the way you go, you can cut them. And in every round or the spot, if you're changing color, add the yarn or just leave it there. If you are okay with this, you can do this. In this video, I want to show you the neat look more in the back and front, but if you're okay with leaving the tails behind, it's okay, doesn't affect your work. So just remember to crochet all of them in the back loops only. We have completed the pink section. To avoid a messy bag on your work, we should carry the yarn in around while crocheting in the back loops only. To conceal the carried yarn between rows, place the pink yarn on the hook and crochet in the back loop. So now we will continue crocheting according to our pattern. If you decide to carry the yarn, I recommend doing so when you are working with at least 3 colors. However, if you use more than 3 colors, it becomes difficult to hide the yarn in the stitches, which can make the work look messy. In those cases, I suggest avoiding this method, or you can try to hide the yarn strands by weaving them in the stitches. The rest of the process is straightforward. You will either crochet in the back loops only, add a new color, or carry the yarn. There isn't anything particularly new. So now you'll learn how to crochet this by your own and have a defined look in the single crochet. For this knitted look, if you are making a shirt or any item that requires a hole, you need to chain more than the number of boxes indicated in your pattern. For example, if your pattern has 18 boxes, you should chain 18 times 2, which equals 36. Therefore, you will chain a total of 36. This method is very easy and results in a neat knitted appearance. If you are making a bag, please use the base technique that I taught you before. When you finish the base chain, you should slip a stitch directly into the first chain you made. To do this, insert your hook, grab the yarn, and yarn over. Pull through both loops on the hook to complete the slip stitch. Next, chain 1 and make a single crochet into the same stitch. If you'd like, you can mark the first single crochet you made, but if you examine the stitches closely, you can easily distinguish between the chain and slip stitch. To single crochet, insert the hook into the loop and then yarn over, pull through loop, and yarn over, pull through both loops. Continue making single crochet until the last chain, and then we should slip a stitch into the first single crochet that we made where we marked a slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made before. First, chain 1 and make a single crochet into the same stitch. However, this time we need to crochet a bit differently. Notice the V shape in the stitch. You should insert your hook directly into the V. If you look at the back of your work, you'll see that your hook is under 2 loops or arms. After that, yarn over and pull through the loop. Make sure to pull the loop to match the length of the next loop on your hook to achieve a nice needle look. Don't pull it too tight. Well, now you continue single crochet in this way according to your pattern and then change color. To change color, simply grab the new color when you are one stitch away from completing the desired stitch. Do not finish the stitch with the original color, instead complete it with the new color. Then continue crocheting the same way by inserting into the V of the stitch. Here we grab the new color and make a loop on the hook and pull through the loops to complete the single crochet. Now we single crochet into the V of the stitch and then yarn over. I don't complete this stitch, instead I grab the new color to finish it, as my pattern indicates. However, if you don't need to change colors, just single crochet with the current color as many times as needed. You will crochet according to your pattern until you reach the last chain. Then join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. After that, chain 1 and single crochet again into the same stitch. In this method, I do not recommend carrying the yarn too much. If you are working with 2 colors, it's fine, but I wouldn't suggest carrying more than that. However, if you prefer to do so, you can go ahead. Here's a tip I want to share. If you don't want your working yarn to get tangled, make sure to place the yarn back where it belongs. For example, here the pink yarn is for the left side, so I put it on the left side. And then the light pink one, when I finished working with, I place the yarn back on the right side because the light pink yarn is for the right side of our work, so I just put their back on the right side and continue carrying the yarn together and working single crochet. So I put the yarn back where they belong and easily grab the new color and crochet in the single crochet without any tangling. As always, choose a pattern and decide how many boxes you want in the background. In addition to the pattern itself, start by making a slip knot, creating a loop with your fingers, and then begin chaining according to your pattern. adding one extra chain for the turning chain. Now it's time to make the stitch. Insert the hook into the very first chain next to the turning chain and yarn over once. Then yarn over again and pull through the first loop only. Next, insert the hook into the same chain again, yarn over, and you have 3 loops on your hook. Again, yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. This technique is called a white single crochet, and there's another way to start the white single crochet. By inserting the hook into the back loop of the chain. You see there's a loop. If you chain loosely, you should be able to find and crochet into those loops easily. Continue crocheting in this manner until you reach the last chain. The white single crochet allows us to conceal more yarn between the stitches, resulting in a neat appearance on both sides. We did 1 row for background. So now we should work from left to right. Because we did work from right to left, now we should start our pattern from left to right. At first we should chain 1 and turn our work to create a white single crochet. From now, insert your hook into the 3 loops. First, locate an arm shape under the V loop. Right here. So we work on these loops only. The arm and under the V-shape loop or 2 loops. Insert the hook into the or under the arm and then under the 2 loops. So now yarn over, pull through, and again yarn over, pull through once. So here in this spot or this hole from 3 loops, again we should yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops on our hook. This is the white single crochet in the next row or in the second row. Now let's discuss how to change colors. When you reach the stitch where you want to change colors, stop 1 stitch before it. Bring in new yarn, and when you have 3 loops on your hook, complete the stitch using the new color. To continue crocheting with the new color, first insert the hook into the 3 loops and then put the previous working yarn and detail on the hook and then continue crocheting the white single crochet. So like this. And now I need to change color again so I don't complete this stitch and bring the new yarn to complete and pull through the 3 loops. Remember to tighten enough details and the working yarn to secure your stitch. Now I want to show you what happens if you carry all the yarn with you for the next row. This is how it looks like on the both sides, very the same, neat and clean. So if you prefer to avoid having tails on the corner of your work right here, you can simply add the new color in every round instead of carrying the new color throughout the rows and new rounds. I have completed some rows to demonstrate what it looks like. I did chain 1 before. With holding the colors, we will insert the hook into the 3 loops and put the yarn on the hook and complete the white single crochet because we are carrying the yarn between the stitches and these things. So this is how it looks like, and now it's time to change the colors. So I put back the white yarn on the right side because it was on the right side of our work. So now complete the stitch with the pink color and continue crocheting the white single crochet. When you pull the working yarn tightly, it becomes less visible in the chains that you are making and at the corner of your work. Generally, we tend to pull either the working yarn or the carrying yarn tighter in each row. This practice also helps make those stitches less noticeable around the edges. If you don't like to crochet pixel art, you can use this video on my channel. This is cross stitch and single crochet, and it's easier than other technique. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please help me reach 500 subscribers and likes. I'm here to help you improve your technique and making cute new things.